Hi everyone, it's Peg, and today I am working on day 10 of Art Journal Habit 2017. These are a prompt list from Art Joy is Sharing, which is a Facebook group, and we are doing a journal page every day for the month of November. That Chelsea and myself are doing an art journal page every day for the month of November. So this is number 10. And the prompt for today is work. And so I had these tissue papers that were kind of like advertisements for different jobs and places that people might work and that sort of thing. I thought, well, that's appropriate. I'll use that for my background. And then I thought I would blend it in a little bit more. I put a little bit of gesso over the top, and I'm going to dry that off, and then I'm going to start creating my page. I have collected over time a bunch of memorabilia from my mother and my mother-in-law and my grandmother and all kinds of people, and this is an envelope of some fashion, a pattern or something that was sent to my mother-in-law, and I thought, well, she would have been working at making her clothes and the toys that the kids played with and all kinds of things. They would stuff animals or dolls and things for them, and she'd get these different patterns in the mail to make these things from. So I thought, well, okay, I'm going to use that in my background because I like that image of the mannequin and what's going on there, the work that she would be creating. So I'm still thinking about work, and I haven't really firmed up my resolve about how this whole page is going to come together. So I'm looking at some of these other images that I have, and this one is an iron and some pattern pieces, and I thought, well, that would be appropriate also. I remember ironing. Boy, do I remember ironing when I was a kid. When we used to have to sprinkle all the clothes and wrap them up in plastic, and we refrigerated them, and then we would bring them out and shake them out and put them on the ironing board and use starch, spray starch, and iron all of these cotton clothes that they didn't have permanent press back then. You had to iron everything. So I wanted to incorporate that into my page. So I'm going to use that piece. I've cut it into a couple of pieces just to spread it around on the page a little bit, and then I'm getting out my archival ink in, I think this might be tree bark or coffee, browns anyway. My browns, yeah, Shell will be telling me about using brown, but if you're doing something kind of antique, the browns are appropriate. So yeah, that was tree branch and potting soil, archival ink that I used on there. I like to use archival ink in these instances because it is permanent and it's not going to move. So I'm going to be layering other things on top, and I want it to stay in place. Now I have an image. I was sitting the other day cutting out magazine images, and I saw this woman ironing on an ironing board, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to need that. I'm going to need something like that for this work page because she definitely is working. I remember getting hot and steamy standing over the iron. So then I dug out some stamps. These are, I believe, Diane Reevely fashion stamps. And I'm thinking about the fashion element, that we had to look good. We had to, sew our own clothes and make them look appropriate for the time. And these ladies are definitely vintage ladies. They're wearing hats with flowers and feathers and all kinds of things. And I'm thinking, yeah, this is kind of that vintage feel on the page. So I'm going to cut those out and use those images to bring some cohesiveness to what's going on the page. It's still looking a little chaotic to me, so figuring out my placement, auditioning, going to cut those down a little bit, adhere those down to the page, and then go back to my mother's sewing basket and find some rickrack. She had some rickrack ribbon in a blue that these are kind of slate blue, blue-gray colors that I'm using here. I like the blue and brown combination. Just seems to be fitting. And so that's what I've chosen, is to stick with that color palette. I think it helps when you're doing a page like this for cohesiveness to, not have too many colors involved. And you can see there's, 3 or 4 colors here. There's the reddish color of the woman that's ironing. She has red in her shirt, and there's kind of a red sash on the mannequin. And then the blue in the perfectly beautiful, that was another clipping from a magazine. And so I'm bringing that blue in with these blue ladies. And then these are kind of a ochre beige flower, goes along with the browns. And that's what I'm using to decorate the hats with. That and some feathers. I found some guinea hen feathers in my collection of feathers. And I thought, well, that one hat really has feathers on the side, and let's just get some real feathers out and put those down. I think that'd be kind of cool. And I'll add a few rhinestones and things, and that'll, other than doing a few rub-ons and a sentiment on my page, it's kind of complete. So if you want to join us, the Facebook group is Art Joy is Sharing. And I also put the prompts out on Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, you can find the prompts, the daily prompts there. Anyway, use the hashtag. That's hashtag ArtJournalHabit2017, so that we can find what you're making by following these prompts. And I hope to see you again soon. Well, I will be seeing you again soon, because we're going to be doing this on a daily basis. So I will be back with more content for you, and I hope you're enjoying this. I know it's a challenge for me to create every day, and it helps push me to do more and not spend so much time thinking but doing. So come and join us if you can. And if you're not familiar with my channel, please subscribe. And for those that do subscribe, I thank you for having been here. This is November and a month for gratitude. And I'm grateful for those that are here and have been following me. And if you want to get notified about future postings, then click the bell down below and you'll get notifications. So thanks, everybody. See you again soon.